When someone says Toor Knives, my brain immediately goes to fixed blades because that's what they're known for. That's what most of the content online is actually about. And honestly, that's what I thought about every single time I heard the name Toor. But then I stopped by their booth at SHOT Show earlier this year, and something unexpected happened. I found myself spending more time looking at their folding knives than their fixed blades. Fast forward to today, I had the opportunity to visit the Toor showroom right here in San Diego, California, and after walking out with the Draper SOCOM Black, I knew exactly what I wanted to review. Not another fixed blade from Toor, but a folder, because I think their folding knives deserve a lot more attention than they're actually getting. What's going on, guys? Mikey here from Mikey Daily Carry, where we talk about practical gear for everyday life. Today, we're taking a look at the Toor Draper SOCOM Black. Now, before we jump in, quick disclaimer. This knife was given to me during my visit to the Toor showroom here in San Diego. This is not a sponsored video. There were no expectations attached. And as always, these are my own thoughts and opinions. Now, the reason I'm excited about this review is because when I think of Toor, I think of fixed blades. That's the reputation Toor has built. That's what most people know them for. But after seeing their folders at SHOT Show and then getting hands-on with them in the showroom, I realized there really isn't nearly as much conversation around their folding knives. So today, I want to change that. Before we talk about the Draper though, let's talk about Toor. What started as making knives for military friends eventually evolved into one of the most respected American knife manufacturers in California. From the very beginning, the company focused on American manufacturing, premium materials, and producing tools designed for real-world use. Over the years, they built a reputation for rugged fixed blades by military personnel, law enforcement, outdoorsmen, and everyday enthusiasts who appreciate USA-made gear. And that's honestly why I find this review so interesting. Toor built their reputation on fixed blades. That's what's put them on the map. But now they're taking that same attention to detail and bringing it into the folding knife world. Now, as someone who grew up in San Diego, California, and now calls it home again, it's pretty awesome seeing a hometown company continue to grow while keeping production local. So let's open this up and take a look at what's inside. Right when you open it up, you get this pretty awesome Toor Knives sticker, and then you get their mission statement along with it being guaranteed for life. You get yourself a microfiber cloth with a pretty cool Toor Knives logo on there. And then you get your knife. So the first thing that struck me about the Draper was how refined it feels. This doesn't feel like a company that's experimenting with folders. It feels like a company that took everything they've learned from building hard-use fixed blades and applied it to a premium everyday carry knife. The overall design itself is very clean. The lines are purposeful, and nothing feels overdone about this knife. It's tactical without screaming tactical. So now let's dive into the specs and features with what you're actually getting from the Draper. The Draper features a 3.5-inch CPM MagnaCut blade. And if you've been around knives for any amount of time, you already know MagnaCut has become one of the most sought-after steels available today. You get excellent corrosion resistance, impressive toughness, and outstanding retention all in one package. I've had the Leatherman Arc for over 2 years now, and I've only had to sharpen MagnaCut once. And this is my daily user that I use to open packages, boxes, you name it. I have used and abused the MagnaCut on this Leatherman Arc. So that just gives you an idea of what type of steel they ended up using for the Draper. The blade is paired with a crossbar lock mechanism, which provides smooth operation and fully ambidextrous functionality. The handle scales are made from black G10, giving you plenty of grip without becoming overly aggressive in the pocket. So like we had stated, CPM MagnaCut. You got 3.5 inches in blade length, an overall length of 8.3 inches, a weight of approximately 3.9 ounces. The lock type is a crossbar with a G10 material handle, and you do have a deep carry pocket clip, all made here, including the screws inside and out, in San Diego, California. So on paper, this is exactly what I look for in a premium EDC folder. Good steel, good lock, reasonable weight, and a size that's practical for daily carry. Not too big, not too small, just right. Now, as a left-handed user, I always pay attention to whether a knife actually works for both sides or if it's just marketed that way. Thankfully, the Draper gets this right. The crossbar lock is naturally ambidextrous and easy to manipulate from either hand. So you can use it with your left or you can use it with your right. The pocket clip is also reversible. One thing that ticks me off so bad is when a company has a crossbar lock, but they only have the clip oriented to one side. Makes no sense. Here, the pocket clip is reversible, and overall, it never feels like left-handed users were an afterthought. For my fellow lefties watching, this is a big win. Another thing I noticed quickly was how comfortable the Draper feels in hand. The handle shape gives you a secure grip without forcing your hand into a specific position. It's just very natural. The jimping is present where it needs to be. You got it right here on the back of the handles and on the top of that knife. The contouring feels very natural, and at just under 4 ounces, guys, it strikes a really nice balance between feeling substantial and remaining easy to carry. That deep carry pocket clip keeps the knife tucked away in your pocket and disappears nicely whether you're wearing jeans, shorts, or work attire. Now for size comparison, I have myself a Benchmade bug out, another US company, and I want to show you guys the differences between the knives itself. This is essentially Toor Knives bug out, and as you can see, I like the aesthetic a lot more compared to the Benchmade bug out. Now I have upgraded the scales on the Benchmade bug out. These are some Yates Knives snakeskin scales, which really gives this more weight and that added touch. But I had to do that because the original OD green scales that came with this felt super plasticky and cheap, whereas this G10 has a little bit of elegance and build to it, which I've come to really appreciate. Now, after spending some time with the Draper, here are some things that really stand out to me. First, MagnaCut. Love that type of blade steel. It's reliable and very easy to maintain. Second, American manufacturing. From the screws, all the hardware, the blade, everything is right here in San Diego, California. Third, the crossbar lock. So if you're a beginner to the knife world and you want a one and done knife, the crossbar is definitely a good way to go. And fourth is that fit and finish. Lastly, the fact that this knife has completely changed my perception of Toor's folding lineup. I came into this experience expecting to appreciate it. I really didn't expect to be this impressed by it. Now, some things to consider because no knife is perfect, but the biggest thing most people will need to consider, A, is price. This sits firmly in the premium knife category. We're looking at $325 out the door. For some people, this will be difficult to justify. For others, the combination of MagnaCut, USA manufacturing, premium materials, and overall quality, along with a lifetime warranty, will absolutely make sense. That's going to come down to what you value in gear. And lastly, just some feedback with me testing this knife out, but where the thumb studs sit on the actual blade, I feel if it were in a little bit more, it would have much more of a smoother opening option, because with my thumbs there, I have like medium-sized hands. If I give it a good flick with my thumb, I can only get it, well, I got it there. But most times when I just started playing with this in the showroom, I'll stop like right about at that 45. And I feel like if they pushed the thumb studs back a little bit more, you'd be able to get that clean, comfortable flick open. But it does break in pretty well. I've played with it all day today, and I've got it to get to that flick action there really well and really nice. And coming down, it does have a slower return into the housing of the scales, but with a crossbar lock, that tends to happen because of the tension that it has when it comes back into the housing. So whether you're using it with a thumb stud, which you can also Spidey flick. It's going to take some practice, but it is something that you can easily learn and manipulate as you use this knife more and more. I really like the black on this, but they do sell it in a green version as well and a gray version. The black just really stands out to me. I like how sleek and minimal it looks. So what's the verdict? I think the Draper SOCOM Black is a fantastic example of what Toor Knives can do outside of the fixed blade category that they're known for. Before SHOT Show, I viewed Toor primarily as a fixed blade company. After seeing their folders in person, holding it at SHOT Show, visiting their showroom, meeting some of the team, and carrying the Draper, my perspective has definitely changed. The fixed blades deserve the reputation they've earned, 100%. But I think the folding knives deserve a lot more attention than they're currently getting. As someone from San Diego, California, it's pretty cool seeing a hometown company build products at this level right in our backyard. If you're looking for another premium American-made folder with great materials, excellent fit and finish, and a company with a strong story behind it, the Draper is absolutely worth checking out. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Toor, thank you for letting me walk out with this. There may be a Toor shop warehouse video coming soon, which I'm going to be very excited for. So make sure you follow me, and that way you can stay up to date with all of it. My name is Mikey. This is Mikey Daily Carry. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out. Waka pat!